Welcome to part 3 of the character series. Part 1 and part 2 are on the channel, so go back and watch them if you haven't already. And be sure to download the free character master plan on my website. The link is below and it's in my bio. Because with the free character master plan, you can follow along and fill it all out and get to really know your character. Next, you want to talk about why the character has these emotional needs. And what that comes from is 3 little words: deep emotional wounds. A lot of times that's a pretty traumatic event that has happened, like Bambi losing his mother, Superman losing his first set of parents from Krypton, and then losing the dad that adopts him on the farm. Deep emotional wounds come from traumatic events in your character's life, and everybody has some. For your writing exercise, I want you to make a list of 3 traumatic events in your character's past that created deep emotional wounds. I want you to list the event, what the impact was, because here we're back to that word again. What was the impact on the character emotionally, and what deep emotional wound they have? Let's say your main character witnessed the murder of his mother right in front of him. That makes him reluctant to trust other people, full of vengeance and full of hate. That would be the impact on him of the trauma. The deep emotional wound is that he never feels safe. The deep emotional wound goes super deep. It's the thing that really nags at your character. And here's the thing, your character probably doesn't even know it.
Guy dresses up like a bat, clearly has issues.
Because most of us are not aware of our deep emotional wounds, hence why they invented therapy. But it's great if you know this, because you can use this a lot in your book, and we will talk about how in future videos for sure. Knowing this gives you so much to work with your plot. We've got 2 more things to fill out, and you will have a fully fleshed out character by the time we're done. I bet you'll be so anxious to start writing, and it will be so much easier because you have all of this hard work done ahead of time. The next thing I want you to figure out is your character's worst nightmare. This is the thing that they least want to do, and guess what? This is what you make them do in your book, because in a book, your character should be overcoming something and becoming stronger and earning their happy ending. So when you make them confront their worst nightmare, you force them to become stronger and to overcome their fears. Then the reader is really rooting for them to get the happy ending that they deserve. This worst nightmare can be something physical and can be something emotional. Ideally, it's both. In Twister, Helen Hunt's worst nightmare is getting sucked up into a tornado like her father did. Her other worst nightmare is spending time with her ex, who she still has feelings for. So what happens? She goes on a Twister expedition, and it's with her ex, and she's constantly at risk of getting sucked up into a tornado. That forces her to overcome a lot of her fears and inner doubt. In The Mandalorian, the last thing that the Mandalorian wants is to get attached, because his creed is all about never really settling down and having family. The Mandalorians are supposed to be out there to protect the world, do the bounty hunting and all of that. That is their job. When he is given Baby Yoda, who, okay, between you and me, is the best part of The Mandalorian. I do love that show. When he's given Baby Yoda, he does his best to not get connected, to not get attached. But it turns out that what he needs the most in the world is to be attached, because that gives him the humanity that helps him to see a different side of things. And when he gets attached to Baby Yoda, it changes the way he handles every single situation. The last thing you need is another 2 lists. What are your character's skills and strengths, and what are their weaknesses? And these should be 2 sides of the same coin. Somebody who's super organized probably also gets caught up in the details and doesn't take action. That's a strength and a weakness, 2 sides of the same coin. So I want you to list 6 skills and strengths that your character has and 6 weaknesses. And if, like I said, they're opposites of each other, it's really good. You've got this really talkative character who's also snarky and gets himself in trouble all the time, like Deadpool. Each skill and strength and weakness that you list gives you a little bit deeper view of your character and gives you a really fantastic plot tool. The last tip that I'm going to give you is the one that you can use to get yourself out of a mess in your plot. If your plot is stalled or you're stuck and you don't know what to write next, that tip will give you the tool you need to get moving again. Here's the one thing you have to remember from this whole video, and you had to get to the end to hear it, right? Your character's weaknesses will get them into trouble over and over again in the plot, but in the end, their skills and strengths will save the day. So if you look at your plot and you look at your book and you think about your character's weaknesses, are they afraid to take action? Are they afraid to lead? Whatever their weaknesses are, those weaknesses will get them into trouble over and over again. But if they're smart or they're empathetic or whatever their skills and strengths are, in the end, that is what will save the day. If you have a cast of characters like in Stranger Things, give them skills and strengths and weaknesses that complement each other. So one character can be really afraid of strange unknown situations, and the other can be more take charge. So they'll balance each other out. If you don't have a cast of characters, then make sure your own character has either a surrounding of friends or some some skills within themselves that help balance out their weaknesses. If you haven't downloaded the Master Character Plan Workbook, it's free. I encourage you to do so. The link is in the description and also in my bio. Tell me in the comments how it goes. Does it really help you form a fully fledged character? Does it give you exactly what you needed to know who these people are so you can start writing? And don't forget to subscribe because we're going to go deeper into plot in coming videos. So I want to make sure that you have that. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't watched parts 1 and 2, be sure to go back and watch them and download the free handout. Watch for my series on plotting coming up soon.